Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's been chaos and um, seems like mostly negative, but hopefully some good will come out of some of this. But it's always good to spend less money. I mean, most of the time, but it depends where that money is going, and that's the problem. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
spend less, you're gonna take that money and put it towards what? Where are all those cuts gonna go? So,
Mm.
but that's not part of the discussion. Everybody's like, "Oh, good, they're saving money," but they don't think about where,
No,
like, what, saving
I
money for what?
no they.
Instead of spending
Mm.
it on people like HIV drugs, like or whatever, and PEPFAR, we're going to spend it on what now? What else? Are we going to replace it with something better? So that's the big question,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really damaging how quickly it's happening. So
Yeah.
PEPFAR is a great example. I mean, it's really catastrophic for people. So
I mean, it's not so much the foreign aid kind of thing. It's the Medicaid, the Medicare, the Social Security, with the Department of Education, the uh, veterans benefits, and the cutting of funding to health research and those kind of things.
yeah, I mean it's across the board is the difficult part, but I think that people choose the examples that they feel like they're trying to get people's like empathy, you know. They're trying to get people to empathize, and I think PEPFAR is like a reason why people talk about it so much is because it's like such a dramatic example. Because if people don't have drugs, I don't know who sent me the article, but it was like in the time that they delayed the funding, like 300 babies got HIV that would not have got HIV if they had kept the funding going. So it's like those kinds of statistics are more likely to produce empathy, I feel like, than, some of like, it depends who you are though. Because if you're a veteran,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably going to be ticked about veterans benefits being cut. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're a person who really relies on, Medicare, then you're going to be
Yeah.
ticked about that. So,
Mm-hmm.
so they're just trying to, yeah, they're trying to create awareness about it on all fronts. And the bad thing is that, people just don't really know. We don't know what it's going to look like until later on because things tend to be delayed in their consequences. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it's a lot of, it's hard to keep up. And I think that's part of the point. They want to do it so quickly
Yes.
while they have power.
Flood the zone. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's hard to know what to do because a lot of people, I think, in the United States have become used to um, watching, basically, and not really getting involved. I think we're all watchers and
Mm-hmm.
not really active members. So we're not active in the
Until
civil.
they kind of feel the consequences. Personally, it's like, oh, it's not my problem. No.
Yeah, I think people will start kind of getting aggravated. And I don't want to just harp on because I do tend to harp on the negatives, but I think it's important to point out the negatives and consistently in administrations, in the United States, basically throughout our history, every administration does stupid stuff, and that tends to be the consequence of really big top-down interventions. Is that you're going to try to fix a problem, but you're not thinking about all the other problems that you're causing by implementing that
Mm-hmm.
that fix. So, and then everybody who's a fan of the president is going to always be saying, "Oh, this is good," and everybody who's a critic is going to be saying that's bad. And then it just flips every election. Whenever the
Yes.
the new party comes in, you get the
Mm-hmm.
fans and you got the
Oh,
critics.